Hi ladies, welcome back to Wife at Home, finally. If you're new here, my name is Chantal, and this year I am doing a revised version of the Good Wife's Guide. So I was originally going to do a topic a month, and then in March I did not do anything for it. My husband and I are joking that we just took March off from being adults. I was sick half the month. I had the flu at the end of March, so that was not fun. Anyway, so now I'm getting back into the swing of it, and I'm going to change the way I do this because I do eventually want to have kind of like a little social media community sort of thing going on. But the thing is, and I like YouTube, sometimes videos just show things in a way that static pictures and words don't. But one of my problems with doing this, I found out, is I hate editing videos. I was watching a Q&A that another YouTuber did, and she was answering someone's question, and the question that the other person had asked wasn't the question I had asked her, but it was the answer answered my question, because she is able to produce good content because, one, she's got good equipment, and two, and most importantly, she has training. She has a background in this. She went to college for this. I went to college for research aquaculture. Has nothing to do whatsoever with videography. So, and then she was able to pull her laptop out and, kind of hang out in the living room while the kids were doing their thing and whatnot. And so it wasn't incompatible with family time. For me, for my schedule, based on my equipment limitations and program limitations and everything, video editing for me, I cannot combine with something else that I want to do. Because what I want to do is be a good wife, be a good homemaker, read to develop my mind and some for entertainment, and serve in my church. I can't do any of that while I'm editing videos. I don't like dealing with electronic programs. I love the internet. I love reading things on the internet, but I don't like actually doing any sort of editing because it gets so frustrating for me that I can't make the digital program do what I want it to do that I have in my mind. So like I have no problem like physically doing stuff. I'm fine. Like, I can build stuff out of wood and build stuff out of bricks, and my parents' backyard is actually filled with a retaining wall that my dad and I built when I was younger. I have no problem putting physical things where I want them to go. If I try to do it digitally though, oh my gosh. Formatting any kind of paper in college that had pictures was like a nightmare for me because I just wanted to type it out and then stick the picture on there with glue. And I couldn't do that. So for me, video editing just takes away from things that I want to do. So I'm still going to put out some videos. If I just feel like making a video, I will. But the bulk of the Year of the Good Wife's Guide is now going to move to my Instagram. So I'm going to link that. I'm going to link my Instagram down below. And that is where I'm going to be publishing what I'm doing and the results and the comments and all that, and like my commentary and things on it, because that is just so much easier for me than dealing with an editor. Now, if YouTube brings back their Insight video editor, I may start making more videos. Part of my problem is our electronics setup. I cannot spend time with my husband and also edit videos because I have a phone that I film on, we have a Chromebook, and we have a desktop. And if my husband, when he gets home from work, if he's, once we're done with tasks and stuff and eating, if he's not on the computer, he's probably going to pass out and go to sleep because he's really tired. So I don't have a way to edit videos while he's doing whatever he's doing on his computer. And then during the day, of course, it just takes up time. So I'm just I'm done trying to edit at this juncture in my life. I don't enjoy it. It made me hate doing this, or I should say putting this out on social media, because it's like I do eventually want some kind of like social media community, because a lot of the homemaking communities I've seen, I don't really, it's not quite the right fit for me. So I kind of would like to, you know, build my own little tribe, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll do I'm going to do a monthly intro video and a monthly exit video with my husband where he just kind of reviews my efforts over the month. So that's what I'm going to be putting on YouTube, definitely. So that's only 2 videos a month. Everything else is going to be on Instagram. Eventually, I would like to have a website with like a blog component, but we'll see. Eventually I may have a Facebook page, but I like writing better than speaking into a camera, and I want to improve writing. So I'm definitely going to probably skew that way, at least for now. Anyway, so let's get into what I'm actually going to now be doing for the Year of the Good Wife's Guide. Now that y'all listen to me ramble about not liking to edit videos, even though I'm on YouTube. So, excuse me. The topic I was originally going to do in March is comfort. And so this is based on topics 6 and 15 of the original Good Wife's Guide. And my version of it is focus on my husband's comfort when he comes home. Prepare a beverage, clear and arrange the couch, and tidy the bathroom. Take into account weather, I can't read my writing, to mitigate as much as possible the effects of heat, cold, or dampness. So my husband's a construction worker, so he gets exposed to a whole lot of nasty weather. He freezes in the winter, he swelters in the summer, humidity, bugs, at least until they get the building closed in. He comes home from work and he's pretty white. He does not have a cushy office job where he sits on his butt in the air conditioning all day. Yesterday he was apparently standing on top of a 4-foot ladder, working above his head all day, and he really needed a 6-foot ladder, not a 4-foot ladder. So that's what he does at work. So I want to just make home very much a haven, because he already comes home and he's kind of like, you know, like, how was he explained it to me the other day? So he comes home and he's like, I'm ready for my brain to shut off. He's not a foreman, but he is second in command on the job site, kind of informally. And they're kind of eyeballing him and trying to nudge him into being a foreman. And, you know, he wants to just come home and relax, you know, and he's absolutely more than willing to do needful things, but he doesn't want to just come home and continue to be discomfortable, you know, because work's not comfortable. He enjoys it, but it's not comfortable. And so that's just kind of what I want to do, is just make home very relaxing, very comfortable. And I remember, because we live in a fixer-upper house, and we've done a lot to it, but I remember when we first moved in, and like we had plywood floors for well over a year. The first few days we were in here, we didn't have a shower because the bathroom had to be completely gutted because of water damage. And I remember Ben just being like, I feel like I never leave the job site, because he was at a job site at work and he comes home and, oh, look, we're living in a job site. And so I very much want to make that distinction. But at the same time, the comfort isn't really going to take a lot of time. There's only so many times y'all can see the blanket and his water trucker cup laid out. So if there had to be a month where I combined 2 topics, this is a good one. So the original topic for April is clutter, and this is based on number 5 and number 4 from the original Good Wife's Guide. So clear away clutter, make one last sweep through the house before my husband comes home. Particularly focus on keeping trash, food dishes, and piles of clutter, or piles of paper clutter, under control. So clutter is not a massive issue in our house, but it can still be an issue, especially because we very much collect free and super cheap things that fall into our interest range. My husband brings home a lot of stuff from the construction site. A lot of it has been able to be used Some of it is just kind of languishing in our garage pile, which that is not going to be part of the clutter because I wanted to combine the clutter with the spring cleaning. The garage room is my husband's space. I do not understand his organizational method. He doesn't like my organizational methods for his when applied to his things. So that room is completely on him. Like we're actually, one of the things we're going to do this month is pull my tools, because I do have hand and power tools that I've had since college, and we're going to pull those out and put them back in my tool bag that I had in college, and I'm going to keep those with our pantry stuff because I can't find anything in his room, but he knows where everything is. I can't find anything. So we are dividing and conquering because it's not worth the stress of fussing. But everything that's under my control, which is most of the inside of the house, again, other than the garage pile and the spare room, that is under my control. So I'm going to be focusing on clutter and just really kind of going through, and as I'm cleaning each room during spring cleaning, I'm going to really be focusing on, okay, do we need this? Do we want this? And like I said, we don't have a whole lot of extra stuff, but I still do want to go through and call what we do have. Sometimes my mom will give us or buy us stuff, and it turns out to not really work out in our lifestyle. I tend to buy a lot of books from Goodwill because we live in a town that, for whatever reason, the Goodwills tend to have decent books, and so I'm an insatiable book hoarder, and I just want to make sure that the things that I've gotten from Goodwill are actually worth keeping, because obviously I haven't read all of them. The to be read pile is forever growing. Just this and that. Just kind of go through and cull and just get rid of the things that are just excess. So anyway, I will be doing that while I'm spring cleaning. And so that is what I'm going to be doing for April, is clutter and comfort. And those two topics also mesh well together because clutter, my husband does not like clutter. We kind of both grew up with piles of clutter, and we've gotten called in to help friends clean out their homes that were full of clutter. He doesn't like it. I don't like it. He doesn't like not being able to see the floor. He doesn't like having to step over piles of stuff to get to other things. So, except in the garage room, I don't know. Well, I don't understand his, like I said, that's his room. That's his room. He deals with it. I get claustrophobic in there because it's not organized to my mind's satisfaction. It works fine for him though. But anyway, I'm just going to go through and do that. And speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. My husband is going to go visit his best friend tonight in my hometown, because his best friend is my cousin, and that's where my cousin lives. And so I'm not going to have to do a whole lot to prepare the house for him, but I do want to make sure that he's got his water jug filled and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get off here, and don't forget, the bulk of everything I'm going to do and show that I do, because I do stuff even if I don't show it, is going to be on Instagram now, because I don't want to spend a lot of time editing videos right now. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.